Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Jane Yu. I'm a wedding and event planner based in Los Angeles, figuring out life and business one day at a time. On my channel, I will take you through all things wedding planning from my perspective, as well as tips and tricks for planning your own wedding or event, and take you behind the scenes of some real events that I plan as well. Thank you always for watching this video, and if you enjoy it, please hit that like button and subscribe for more content. So if you notice, I try to few different things in my last couple of videos. I was trying to elevate the audio, but I don't know, the setup was just a little bit clunky and I didn't really like the way, it just took a while, and right now I'm really busy with work. So I just came back to my normal living room setup where the audio isn't as great, but I think as long as you can hear me for right now, it's okay. And I do like the aesthetic setting a little better, so I'm trying to just still figure that out. So thank you for bearing with me this whole time and just with the back and forth of different visuals. If you do want to let me know which one you prefer, or if it doesn't even matter and you're just here for what I'm saying, then that's great. I will take that. And we'll just dive right into it. In my last few videos, I went over the different planning packages that planners might offer. There's full planning and design, month of coordination. Some people might offer consultation or partial planning. Of course, this varies from planning company to planning company, but it'll give you an idea of what to look out for. And unfortunately, there's a wide range of pricing, so I can't really say like what standard, but I did give you a sense of what I charge currently with the experience that I have. So hopefully that'll give you a little bit of an idea of what to ask and look out for when hiring someone. Today, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about how to get started with wedding planning. Honestly, it's not even really about the mechanics. I'm not even gonna get into how-tos or what to do next, but it's really about setting up the right mindset and the tone for how you're going to take this journey with your partner. Mindset, just like anything in life, is really important. I think for relationships, it's really important to have a foundation of what you're going to do and how you're going to move forward, right? So it's kind of the exact same thing for me when I think about planning. The reason I'm talking about this is because I find myself telling clients, no matter their personalities or their approach, kind of the same thing as we go along. And a lot of it is about mindset and how they're feeling throughout the process, which I've talked a little bit about when I'm talking about what I do as a planner. I think it's really, really important to talk to your partner about how you're going to take this journey together. I would say first, you're engaged, congratulations. I would encourage you to take at least a couple of weeks to just enjoy that period before you even think about a wedding date or a venue or anything like that. I'm sure you're super excited, and yes, you can browse and everything, but the time goes by so quickly. Like, you wouldn't believe how fast it goes from beginning to the end. So after that period of enjoyment, after you've basked in the glow of your engagement, now you want to get started. And where do you start? Well, I would encourage you to get on the same page as your partner. And I think to do that, you have to talk to each other. You have to talk to each other about what's important to you, set your priorities. Also, what are the expectations from each other? Is someone going to be more involved in the planning than the other person? Realistically, do either of you have time to plan the wedding? And I think it's important to do that because if you set the tone in the beginning, you'll know what's coming and you can kind of adjust accordingly based on people's schedules and all of that. But I think you want to do that so you don't end up getting frustrated with the other person, etc. And so at least you leave that door open to talk about those things. Additionally, everyone's families looks different. Parents might have expectations, and I think it's important to just kind of lay it all out. Talk to your parents, talk to your families. Of course, you want to focus on you, but of course, you want to also be respectful, and I understand that as well. So just get all of that out into the open, and so that you just have a conversation going, and so that while you're planning, it's just easy to be able to communicate the whole time consistently. There is no right or wrong answer to planning. I've had brides who are more involved, I've had grooms who are more involved. If you're a same-sex couple, I've had one person be more involved or both people are involved in the planning. I've worked with mothers of the bride. It varies a lot just depending on your style and your personality. So there's no right answer for how it's supposed to look, which is why it's important that you two talk to each other to figure out what's right for you. One of the things that you want to figure out is priorities. And when I say priorities, I'm talking about what you would want to spend money on, for one, and two, what are the elements that are really important to each of you? For some, maybe food and drinks is really important. For the other person, maybe it's having a beautiful seating chart. For the other, maybe it's the parent dance that they want to do. It can literally be anything. But again, I think it'll help just set the map for how you're going to plan. And you can keep things fluid because as you plan, you'll realize that you might change your mind about certain things or you might surprise yourself, which brings me to my second point. You want to remain flexible as much as possible. Of course, you have a budget, you have a number that you want to stay within, and everyone's financial comfortability is very different. And so whatever that number is, you want to stay as much within that range, within a 5 to 10% range, plus or minus. But once you set that, I think in terms of your planning approach, and things that you might have thought was important to you may not be anymore when it comes time to pick a vendor or pay for it or whatnot. So it's okay, but you just have to remain flexible and fluid throughout the process, and your partner has to remain so as well. I think this also with traditions or things that are considered standard wedding traditions or customs, I think you can remain flexible with those as well. These days, modern day weddings, they don't stick to the complete traditions anymore. And unless it's really important to you or your family, I think you can completely remain flexible in that regard. One thing that I definitely try to remind my couples about is to stay true to yourself. It's really easy, especially if you're having a big wedding or if you have a big family or very opinionated friends. It's really easy to get swayed by opinions. Of course, you want to get people's thoughts about what they think if you're stuck about making a decision and things like that. But at the end of the day, this is your day and you want to stay true to yourself and make sure the wedding reflects you. So I would encourage you to really think about what that is and how that comes across in your event. Of course, it's not just for you, but you and your partner. I completely understand there might be family obligations that you feel beholden to, or maybe your parents are paying for the wedding, or maybe in your culture, there are sponsors for the wedding that are paying for different things, and there might be expectations. But again, in the same way that you're talking to your partner, hopefully you'll be able to speak to your family members or whoever might be helping with your wedding to ensure that their expectations are met, that they're happy, but that you're also happy at the same time. This is the one day that you have, and like I said, the planning journey may seem like a long time, which it is. It can be up to a year or more, right? But the day itself goes by so quickly, and you might not even remember everything because everything is such a blur. So I really urge you to enjoy each step. Even though it feels like a lot and it's overwhelming, enjoying the process is really a big key to getting along with your partner during the process and making sure you're happy and they're happy and your family's happy. Once you have this conversation with your partner, I think you'll feel a lot better about taking the steps forward because it's going to be an overwhelming process regardless. So having your partner really in it with you and you having an understanding of how it's going to work is going to be so helpful, setting the right tone before you even get started. I really believe that it will put both of you in the right frame of mind as you're setting on this path for planning your journey, whether it's for 12 months or 8 months or more. And it will just be easier to navigate through all the stress and ups and downs because I'm not going to sugarcoat it. That is definitely going to come. It's not going to be the easiest process. And really, it's just one day that you'll never get back that will go by so quickly. Enjoying the process and the way through it is just going to be the key to really not losing your mind while doing a million tasks. This is what I would suggest when starting your planning journey because I think it'll really help for the 12 months or so that you're planning your wedding. If you're just starting your planning, I'm so excited for you to embark on this journey. Hopefully the next videos about venue searching, budgeting, and just the different mechanics that go into planning will be helpful. Drop any questions in the comments below. If there's anything you want me to discuss in future videos, I'd be happy to take those into consideration. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you liked it. If you did, please hit that like button, subscribe for more content, and hope to see you in the next one. As I work with more clients and different type and one thing I try to remind my and that's the really